Hi, my name is Mithulan. I'm a 16-year-old from Toronto, Ontario, and more specifically Scarborough, Ontario. I'm of Sri Lankan descent, and I've been living in Toronto for about pretty much most of my life. I wouldn't say all of it, but most of my life I've been here. And I want to speak about community. Look around you, look outside. You're probably in your house. I don't think you on vacation, or if you're watching this video, you're most likely in your house, right? Look outside. What do you see? You see the same houses, the same trees, same backyard. Maybe you live in a condo, the same buildings. Everything's the same. You know what I mean? You've gotten so used to it, right? Now take yourself to Zimbabwe, Africa. Never come back for like 10 years and then come back here and look at it again. It's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same. But you're gonna feel a whole lot different in here. Why? Because that's your community. The thing is, community makes us who we are. Like, even me personally, I'm moving to Miami, Florida in like a year. But even then, I still will always consider myself a Canadian, a Torontoian. I'll always consider myself a person in Toronto, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, no matter what, it'll take decades to shake that off. I think that's so important to me. Community is like schools, parks, neighborhoods, shopping centers, all that, right? But what really makes a community is the people, and that's the main thing. A community cannot be a community without people, and I wanted to show you guys some. I want to show you my community where I grew up, right? Check out my neighborhood. All right, so we got trees, we got houses, and here we got grass. So as you can see, that's my middle school. Then we got my park, my local park that makes up this community where everyone goes to, chill, peaceful. You see people hanging out and stuff, doing their thing, Then we got shopping center. I'm a brown man, but I live in a Chinese area, so it's a Chinese shopping center. It's cool. Shopping center. We got the neighborhood. We got cars. Yeah. That's the community. I wanted to tell y'all a story about the park. Cut the data right now. So here I am at Chartland Park, and I went to a bit of a quieter place because, there's a lot of noise. A lot of people are here. It's the city of Toronto. What can I say? But when I was 8 years old, I've been living in Toronto for pretty much my whole life until I was 8. When I was 8, I moved to a small town called Cornwall, Ontario. Now, if you don't know what Cornwall, Ontario is, it's a small town, but it's pretty much like the countryside. It's like redneck Canada, you know what I'm saying? Like pure Canadians are there. No disrespect to my fellow Cornwallians. I moved there, and it was such a drastic change. I was happy on one end because it was something new, and new things are exciting, let's be honest. But I was also depressed because as a young kid, I didn't understand why I was sad. Nothing changed. I'm still who I am. I'm still Mithulan. I'm still me. But it's like, I don't know, it's just sad. And this teach me a good lesson on community. Because it's like, the reason I was sad was because I missed my community. I missed my friends. I missed the neighborhood. I missed the school. I missed my teachers. I missed all that. And, no matter what happens, that's your home. That's your community. I know so many people, who've been living in the same place for 30 years, 40 years. And that's because that's their home. They naturally just stay there. They naturally just, this is my place, this is my crib. And they stay there. And it's like, that's so important for the human being, is their community. And I think to any of the, especially newcomers who watch this video, it's like, if you're coming from a different country, that must be tough, man, because it's like you gotta leave your home and make a home somewhere else, where in a foreign place, across maybe even the continent, across the world. You have to go across the world and find a new home there, and that's a big change. And you got to be really proud of yourself, because that takes a lot of power to do. It's a very powerful thing to do, is to go, hey, I'm gonna go from my home, I got my place here, it's chill, and I'm gonna go to a different country and do all this stuff in a different place. That's a big change. So congrats on that. I know it's such a touching, it's so touching. I've been touched. I wanted to talk about also helping out. Cut the that. I think people really need to help out more in, I guess, the world, right? Because if there's 8 billion people in the world, imagine all 8 billion combining forces to help for the greater good, right? Like, that is huge. And me personally, I've been helping out recently, not Chartland Park, because to be honest, there's not really much opportunities in this park to help out because it's pretty well managed. But in other parks, for example, I've been cleaning shrubs and bushes and cutting invasive plants, and you know what I'm saying, all that stuff. So I've been doing my part, and I think this Toronto 40 hours, students need to get their volunteer hours. I think that's also really good because people getting all those students to get volunteer hours in is such a powerful thing, because it teaches them so much, right? Like I went to volunteer at an Indian festival and I learned so much, and I was kind of antisocial for most of the summer, and then this festival comes up, I show up, I help out, I become so much more social, I feel so much more better, and I learned so much from it. So I think volunteering, it's like you're not even helping the city, really, you're honestly helping yourself as well, because it's like you're becoming so much better because of it, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's about it. It was nice to make this video. Subscribe to Youth Bridge Canada, and see y'all later.